on the course load of this course. I think this is our 4th class here in this program.
Mhm.
And the amount of work for this class compared to all of the other classes that we've had, like, there's no comparison. Like, the other classes, you read 1 or 2 chapters, a few articles, and you have 1 assignment per week.
Ah.
So to jump into this and we're reading 5 chapters, you know, in a week, watching some, I think chapter, or like the second week, it was like I opened it and it was like 10 videos to watch, and some of them were an hour. So I'm like trying to prioritize. It's kind of like the thing where you're trying to make your schedule. This with the other course where we actually have to tutor a student, you know, we're writing lesson plans, we have to write a long paper also. I was having to divide up my week, you know, 2 or 3 days to the other course and then 2 or 3 days to this course. Like, it got to the point where I couldn't attend like your Zoom meetings because it's like one of the days I had to dedicate to the course. And it's like I had to get through all the readings and the videos. And I didn't have the time to then jump on this course. Like, I would come watch the recording, but it was just like so much work to then prepare for the quiz that I felt as if I had to start picking, you know, which ones I could watch, which ones I could. There just wasn't enough time with doing the other course. Like, if this was a course by itself, I could probably get through all the readings and the videos, but only having 2 or 3 days per week to do it, it just wasn't enough time. And the amount of weekly work, like as far as how many chapters, because each chapter was like 45 to 50 pages.
Okay.
And
so
some of the
reading
weeks
load,
it was
okay.
like 5 readings, which are 50 pages each,
Okay.
and then like 10 videos. And I'm like, I just, in 2 days, don't know how I'm gonna get through this with having another course. If it was by itself, maybe, but then it's like always just, it's just like this pile of work that you just cannot get through before you have to do an assignment. And it's just, I'm such a planner, like I didn't even take a trip. I just felt like I wasn't gonna catch up, and I still at the end still felt behind. The other thing I struggled with was I'd watch the recording and then do, because I think there were 2 quizzes per week. There was one on the content, which yes, was difficult. But then there was one based on the recording, and like I'd watch the recording, but like a lot of the questions were not answered in the video based on what the quiz was that was the after meeting course, because it was very specific to the project. And I'm like, I watched the video, I'd go back and rewatch parts, and like it didn't help me pass that quiz. So then at that point, you know, I'm taking my 3 tries and I'm trying to guess, go to the syllabus and trying to read, but it wasn't aligning. But then also with the course load being so much, and I'm such a planner, like I like to look at the projects, figure out where to work on them throughout so I'm not overwhelmed at the end. And I was just trying to pass the quizzes every week to where like the last week comes and I'm like, I have 2 projects to work on. I had an idea in my head, but I have 2 projects to work on, a YouTube video. Like I made the YouTube video before even finishing both projects where I only talked about one, just because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get through it all by the end, to be very honest with you. So that was a lot for me. For other courses that we take, this is the first one where we've had the quizzes. Maybe cutting it down to not a content quiz every week.
Okay.
The other courses have a lot of discussion posts where it'll be like week 3 and 4 discussion posts combined. So it'll be like, I can actually go through the material and like identify things and like relate to them. And that to me makes me absorb the material more than being like trying to figure out exactly what's on the quiz, because it just didn't leave enough time to work on the project also. It was just too many things, I think. But as far as like the actual course, I learned a lot about each life stage, things about my kids. The one that was most interesting to me was the older adult, because that's what I did my project on. Learning about all the different things that we can do throughout our life that impact us in that adulthood stage, later adulthood. My project was on osteoporosis, and just learning what we can do now to help impact our life so we don't all, you know, have that. I've just seen what it can do, that limited mobility, and I don't want that for myself. So I've learned to prioritize things like exercise now to help impact my life later on. So I'd say all of that was very helpful. I would say you may feel overwhelmed at times, but you're going to learn so much and eventually you'll get through it all. And of course, reach out for help if you need it.